one.
How is everybody today? Welcome to our live here. We were going to start out, we have a lot planned today. So we're going to start out with a red glitter sink. At the end of the live, we're going to be blowing glitter on the sink, showing you the difference of whether you mix it in or let the epoxy stop flowing and blow it. And realize this right here today is not exactly epoxy instruction, it's just fun, that's all. So if we're having fun, that's all that really matters, right? Man, I should try to be inaccurate for a change. I was like a little boy taking a leak. How are you guys today? God bless you. I hope you guys had a good weekend, and I hope this is a good Monday to you guys. Hope everybody's getting done what you need done. Where are you guys watching from? Can you guys let us know? I know I asked this a few times, but sometimes we go live and we actually shut the live back down because nobody comes on it, like nobody. And then we find out nobody's been getting notifications, so let us know. Let us know a project you're wanting to work on too. What you'd like us to work on so it could help you with your project. Thanks for the love, y'all. You guys are.
Someone said that they just received it.
You just received it. Believe it, receive it. God bless you guys. Hope y'all are having a great Monday. What'd you guys do this weekend? Anybody do anything good for somebody else? Anybody volunteering anywhere in their community? Okay, Michael, you picked this color. I think you win. You're knocking it out. That is beautiful. I can't believe that. Now, if that's not like a bass boat, throw the sink out in your front yard on another glittery trailer in Tennessee.
Iowa, I think doing a floor in a semi would be sweet.
You know what? This color right here, there's your semi-floor.
I don't know, someone said.
What do you guys have? Anybody have anything that they want me to pray for them about? I pray for all my customers, just so you know, but I don't know what you guys want me to pray for you for. And I'm not religious, just so you all know. I think church is for freaking losers. No, there's some really good people in church, but I'm not very churchy, but I do believe in God, and I pray for y'all.
Florida, can you do this over granite?
You can do it over granite.
Kanban said I've been building tiny homes for the homeless.
Dude, badass. Kanban, I'm a big fan of you. Kanban, you serious? Everybody check out his page, Kanban's page, if you want to, and give him a follow. If he's doing that, I'll do it. You let me know, Kanban. If you ever need anything, you can buy anything if it's for a project like that at cost from our company. So, and if it's even within range, I'd find a way to go out and help you with a tiny home. So, I love people that love others.
Oh,
just
sorry.
Kanban, you just made me. I'm a big fan of you. So if you ever need anything that we can do for you, you let us know. I love people that love others. What is it that Jesus is going to ask us? Did you feed the homeless? Did you visit me when I was in prison? Did you treat me when I was sick? Those are the people he wants.
At a Christian rehab, I'm here helping people who lost everything build up.
God, Sean?
Yeah.
Another badass. Sean, God bless you, man. You know what? That is a badass right there. Sean, I love you, bro. If you ever need something, you call our office, ask to speak to me or anybody. We'll do anything at cost for you guys that do stuff like that. People that do stuff like that will work with you on anything. It does self-level. But be patient with it, though. A lot of times, epoxy, people are trying to get it to immediately level, and they're trying to do it with the roller. It actually has engineered into it surface tension modifiers. So you really want to let some of the product start pulling on its own. And look at this, has air release. I haven't even torched it or alcoholed it. Look how air-free and just perfectly clear that is. That's actually already better than any epoxy. Countertop epoxy, we really do have the best epoxy in the world. I mean, you could not have that clear of a finish. There's no tub and sink coating this awesome. It's been taking me a while to figure it out. I've always, full disclosure, I'm not an expert at this. But I did invent it. It's just, say what?
Someone donated and filled 500 shoeboxes for children.
I love that, guys. Thank you, guys. And I don't do this so you guys can, better do the casting project first. I'm not asking you guys, if some of y'all out there don't like people saying what they've done for others, well, I'm not doing it to brag or have people brag. I think it's important to encourage each other, and let people know. I mean, sometimes we don't have money, but we have time. Sometimes we have, knowledge. Sometimes we have a kind word.
What type of epoxy?
This is Countertop Epoxy, the best product on the market. And this is actually, we're casting with Countertop Epoxy right now. That's how clear our product is. So if you really want a clear casting resin, do you want the alcohol or torch on this?
Whichever.
Just remember, guys, I could easily torch it first and then come back and spray it, but since I'm choosing alcohol first, I'm gonna have to give this quite a while, and I'm gonna visually see and verify that my alcohol is all evaporated off before I go to the torch, and I might not torch. So we'll just watch and see just how much alcohol pops air bubbles and helps self-level. It'll actually work very well, but it's quite a bit slower and not quite as aggressive as a torch, but I like more aggressive stuff, so I choose a torch. What's this? I see Michael laughing. What are you guys laughing about?
I'm going to Habitat for Humanity and clipping snakes with epoxy now.
Dude, run that business, dude. I like that idea. Habitat won't know what hit them.
JSY said, I'm retired and have a certified therapy dog. We work with sexually abused children.
Good job, man. There is such a need in the world. There's so many needs around us. I feel like we grow up, especially if you grow up in the United States of America, you grow up stupidly and ignorantly believing that since we all get told we're the best country on earth our whole lives, we assume there's not all these problems. Like when you look at the backpack program and realize how many starving kids there are, just right here at home. And then, of course, there's a lot of stuff I probably can't say on TikTok about what happens to kids and what's popular to do to children nowadays. So there's a lot of opportunity to be a blessing, and a lot of these bad situations are only existing because there's plenty of good people around and they're just doing nothing. So if you consider yourself a good person and you're not doing something, you're not a good person. You're just a nice person. So stop being nice and be good and step up when you need to. And if you're ever praying to God and you're like, please bless me, what is the actual key to being blessed? It's to be grateful and bless others. It's the only promise. Be grateful for what you have and bless other people. And then maybe we can start asking for our little special favors.
Do you formulate your epoxy?
We do. We have an amazing chemist, and they're one of the smarter guys I know, and they do an amazing job on all our products. A shower floor.
That I want to level out. I thought about trying this. Your thoughts?
Call our office and let us know what you're working on. The link is in the bio on that shower floor. You might want to send a picture in, and we'll see if it's a fiberglass shower floor, and if we think we can clean it and stabilize it. If it's, that's the biggest thing. But definitely, this works on a lot of shower floors. But if it's broken, you might want to. Are you wanting any specific pattern on this, Michael?
No, that's okay. Germany's here. Can you do this for a shower?
Germany. You can build panels with this epoxy, but we also have a wall. We're the only company in the world that has a real true wall epoxy that's an amazing. It's like a Venetian plaster, but very, very strong. So definitely check that out. I have an idea, guys.
Big Red said, how do you keep yourself so positive when there's so much negative around?
Big Red, you know what? This morning I got really stressful news about family members, and a family member that got in an accident, and it was funny. I immediately thought, you just really don't have any promises in life. There's no guarantee of anything we think we're working on. If you know somebody you love, tell them you love them now. And dude, just because shit's happening, don't be negative. Shit happens every day. It always has. It always will. Until Jesus comes back.
Somebody said, do you make any money from the live, or do you just use it for that?
We don't make a dollar from these lives. Actually, we probably made like $2. I think out of our whole channel, did we look in there the other day, and we've made a total of like $34 in like a year or something like that. Those are like donations, gifts, subscriptions, everything. So yeah, we don't really make money on our lives. So we just do this. My name is Levi Comstock, and I'm the owner of Countertop Epoxy and Diamond Coat Epoxy. A lot of the similar products, but more of a commercial and non-commercial sides. And I really am working as hard as I can to try to get just knowledge on our products out there. So, and how to do projects. There's a lot of people out there, I believe, just my own personal opinion, miseducating people in epoxy. They're just kind of smearing crap around on boards, and they're not worried about your success on a job, or you getting sued if your job, or just maybe your wife divorcing you after you mess up the countertops. And I want to, a lot of this stuff is simple-ish. It's simple-ish if done correctly. And there's a few details I never see anybody teach, which is why it's kind of my goal in life to run the best epoxy school in the world. And I believe I have for at least 10, 12 years now. I believe it's been the best epoxy school in the world. So we're definitely the most attended epoxy school, I believe, and the least expensive class to go to. We're the least expensive class, and we cover more than anybody else covers, and we have drastically more hands-on than most classes have anywhere. So like our Florida class coming up, we're going to be pouring a 400 square foot floor, then we're going to be going into classrooms and pouring countertop samples. We'll even be trying to do wall samples. We're going to do wall samples, we're not going to try.
Tile floors, I had a horrible contractor who didn't lay it level.
You know what, tile floors, easy, all day. Actually, yeah, call our office and we'll get you, it's a non-sag epoxy that you can trowel down and sand it, or you can do this. It just depends on how much of a slope you have in there. But I actually just finished 11 showers myself, I think, something like that. I think I lost track of how many were in the same home. So, more than I've ever had. Okay, do I say put your fingers in it? No, I don't. But Baling Customs, another gangster. Your product in Germany.
I'm from Wales and the UK. I'm doing a course in this. Is there much work in the UK?
I taught in the UK a while back and did a class, and I'd love to come back and collaborate or work with anybody and do that again, but they were very busy, and we actually trained 28 or 30 installers just in that one class in the week we did it outside of London, and almost every one of those guys already worked with a few different companies doing tile and different things, and so they were saying it was a really easy placement in, but of course it wasn't me personally. So we see a ton of interest in Italy, and a few other places like that. It's pretty crazy, but see how simple this was, guys?
Is this expensive in heaters?
It is not expensive. This is the best epoxy in the world, and it's actually very inexpensive. So now I'm gonna grab the torch. Prestige Worldwide, boats and hose. I love you, Eduardo. Is that Eduardo? Ricardo, you're a badass.
What was in the bottle?
The bottle, that was 99% isopropyl mixed with our purple translucent or violet powder. And the only reason is I wanted it to kind of pop on that black. Against a black, all the translucent colors really, really show off their kind of form and color. Let me try it. You never really see what you got until you torch it, so we're gonna, if you notice, I mean, I torch pretty directly. This is a very temperature resistant product. Keep the flame directly on it. This is warming it up, popping air bubbles, helping it break surface tension, self-level. It can do a lot of this on its own, slowly, but like I say, it's very slow. You definitely speeds it up with a torch, especially if you pour a little hotter, you're gonna wanna learn how to use your torch. But I like to try to train people to not constantly just go to their torch for everything they do. There's quite a few other tools, and a lot of contractors, once they work with epoxy and a torch, the torch becomes their only thing they can possibly imagine using.
What epoxy do you use on a brick wall?
Countertop Epoxy, and we have an amazing product just for walls. So call our office, and we are the only company in the world that has a really true wall epoxy that's really high end. So,
What about a floor on a pontoon boat?
oh, this would work really well on a pontoon boat. But we also have something called Ultra Flex Epoxy that's very flexible that people use in high-end motor coaches, RVs, yachts, stuff like that, sailboats, things where they think there's going to be a lot of flex or movement, and it doesn't feel flexible at all. It feels rock hard, but if you start bending it, it'll bend right back on itself like 180 degrees, even at 0 degrees when it's really, really cold. So I'm a big believer in that product. Oh yeah, this is 500 degree temperature resistant. And that's when it's poured correctly. And that means you mixed equal volumes. You mixed at the proper temperature. You mixed for the proper time. You watched your temperature while you mixed, your surface temperature, the temperature during your cure. And then you have a very temperature resistant product. But a lot of times people want to cut corners and undermix product. And that's when you get all the cup rings and stuff. So really, if you come to class, you'll learn. I mean, I really go overboard on explaining temperature. I don't know, can you guys see the purple? Can you see the contrasting veins in there? That really turned out well. It's subtle, but it's good, I think. Oh, you know what? Before I do the water, I'm gonna torch my sink really quick, the glittery sink, and then I'm gonna show you guys a weird little water trick I did with my daughter the other day that she loved. And on my way over to torch the sink, I wanna ask you guys something, a little question about this is Joe Beth's. I'm gonna show you guys this piece of wood here. Sorry, Michael, I'm all over the place, dude. Sorry. Do you guys wanna see Joe Beth finish her Pecky Cypress here? She took this 2 really rough pieces of wood and sanded them down, threw them in a mold, and casted them. And I think with a dark charcoal epoxy, and I think these are gonna be amazing. And we are trying to talk her into finishing these on a live and making sure we can get this table built. So I know she's super busy too though, but look at this. Just wanna show it off. That is freaking beautiful. So, questions, answers, tell me what you think about us. You guys, and you don't want to buy a t-shirt, it is 0 VOC. You can use Ultraflex outside, and it's very flexible. Ultraflex has a very long molecule, so it's very different than a typical epoxy molecule, leaving it flexible at all temperatures. So very high or very low, it has similar flexibility. So, and that's because of its molecular shape. So,
Do you ship to the UK?
we do ship to the UK. It is. It doesn't feel flexible. I'm going to go show you guys what very flexible epoxy is on a floor of ours in our office. And yes, it's very flexible, but it's only in a sense that it can have really good elongation and impact resistance. And a lot of times that impact you're trying to resist against is maybe just thermal shock, like heat and cold. So I'm going to come right back over here in a minute, guys, and we're going to blow glitter on this just to make somebody say what. And you know, we're located in Grand Junction, Colorado, and I do remote classes. But if you're in Philadelphia, come out to like our class in Florida, or we have another one after Florida in North Carolina. That's going to be a really good class. So, all right, guys, this is just this is spray paint and water. One time I got asked to make water drops, and I was trying all these different ways, and now I sprayed a little too much paint, so this cracked, but me and my little girl did this together yesterday. And I'm going to show you guys, I don't know that looks like water on the camera at all, but I'm going to show you guys a very simple way, and I'll be a little more gingerly with the spray paint today so we don't mess it up, but I'm going to show you guys just a stupid simple way to have fun and make 3D water drops. If you pour epoxy over this after it dries, it's way cooler. What's that? Our items for sale, you can, if you donate to charity, and we have the charities listed on our website, and all I'm going to do is fog this back here, then you can donate to charity, pay for shipping, and we'll ship you almost anything we have here. Look at that. Look at this. Fog of paint. I'm doing it at an angle about 2 to 3 feet away.
How can I epoxy my bathroom sink?
Epoxy your bathroom sink just by our tub and sink coating. It's as easy as that.
FBA Amazon said I'd love to sell your products in the UK.
FBA Amazon, I'd love to have you work on us with that. I'd love to do that. So let us know. If you want to contact our office, the info is in the bio, or message us, whatever works best. And we'll communicate very directly with you about selling our products. I don't know, guys. What do y'all think? It's just a dumb little trick to leave water drops. Now, obviously, there's water all over here with floating spray paint on it. Now you just leave it here and the water will evaporate out, leaving your water drops. So, I mean, it's not like I just showed you how to build a freaking rocket there, but it's not the most boring thing either. So, the workshop in Florida is in Vero Beach, Florida. Beautiful place, and it's going to be a pretty inclusive workshop. So, all right, I don't know that I should do this. Code workshop for a 20% discount.
Don't tell them I said it.
I don't, just so you know, guys, we're not advertising. I don't think we're advertising the code discount, but you can do the 20%. No, but yeah, use it. I'm not a salesperson, so. Okay, circumcised leaf blower apparently, or whatever, I don't know what you call this, the eunuch of leaf blowers, and a cup of glitter, and it's the most unprofessional thing you would ever want to do on somebody's house. But if you come to class with me, you can just come blow glitter all over the damn place. So here we go, we'll see what happens to this thing.
The difference between the wall epoxy and tub epoxy.
The wall epoxy is a very non-sag trowelable epoxy that you can actually trowel on and polish it. I'm going to show you guys. Like this is the tub and sink coating, and then I'm going to show you guys our wall epoxy and how different it is. Oh snap. Everybody's probably cussing at me right now. I'm getting cuss words in like 9 languages. And it's Christmas time is here.
Dorothy. Were her shoes red?
What's that?
Were Dorothy's shoes red?
Were Dorothy's shoes red? Oh, that's... You know what? Thank God we have Google.
Oh,
Okay, guys.
Phoenix wanted to know what colors we use.
Phoenix Epoxy Systems?
No.
Were Dorothy's shoes red?
Take me back.
They were red.
They were.
In the original book by L. Frank Baum, Dorothy's magic slippers are silver. For the Technicolor movie, costumes created ruby red shoes to show up. Okay, that's a bunch of way too big of a story about some damn shoes. The Red Shoe Club. Oh my God, if you know, you know. Screw those people. Yeah. The Red Shoe Club, bunch of bad people. Don't even Google Red Shoe Club. All right. Well, I'm going to show you guys our outdoor flex epoxy. Some of the stuff we'll be seeing in class. I'll even show you a picture I just finished. And you know what?
The dress purple hat club.
I better make sure. If I go leaving, if I go walking off, leaving my shirt hanging up in here, it'll be here for like a month and I'll forget it. So, full disclosure. So, here's one of my favorite pieces. If you see how big this is, I'm 3 feet tall, so you can only imagine how big this. No, I'm just kidding. So, kind of a fun thing. We bought this frame. This is it said it was like 1,100 or 1,200 bucks, but either they'd built it wrong or the person they built it for refused to buy it. So all we did was laid it on a piece of melamine with plastic taped to the back, and we poured into the plastic and then peeled the plastic off. So this is just a solid sheet of 12 gallons of epoxy. We did it in layers. Kind of fun. I don't know. Be artsy, guys. I don't know if I dare show you this office, a glimpse of it. We have had our channel pulled for this table. This is kind of my somewhat more popular table that a lot of people want to see, but I can't always show it. And yes, my office is dirty. There happens to be, this is about 1,000 pounds of decommissioned GUNs and ammo, all totally legally decommissioned. It's 4 inches thick. They are all real. Pretty cool, pretty fun. It's 8 feet long, 4 feet wide. Those are kinds of things you do in class that you build. Class built this. This is a wood grain with the same epoxy we were just using in the classroom that we poured the black wood grainy look with. Exact same product. This here, if you notice, it doesn't have a sheen on it. We did sand this down to 800 grit. All this is right here is this here is 3 sheets of MDF, 3/4 inch 4x8 to overlap the seams to build this table. And we just cut using a Sawzall at an angle with a big long blade. Kind of just a rough edge into this, and then we took a flapper wheel and worked into that. And this is non-polished. We need to polish it, but this is actually a real metal epoxy that has bronze powder mixed in with it that we can polish up and have a bronze. I was trying to go for like a bronze bark looking, so it looked like tree bark, but I don't know. These here, obviously one of the best artists I've ever personally known is this Mr. Romero that comes in here and paints. He always came in the shop and told me how he worked at the Bob Ross Art School, and it's kind of funny because some people out there, sometimes I'm calm and people say I'm Bob Ross. Well, this dude actually worked with Bob Ross stuff. So he came in, he'd never worked with our wall epoxy ever. I gave him a kit of wall epoxy and he went home, and you only have like 30, 40 minutes before it sets up. And which one, I think this is the very first one he worked on that he ever mixed and painted and did all the colors with our products. And then that's the second one, and I'll show you if you want to see something really impressive. And on the way by, you can look at another class project. This is all done in class. We poured this all flat with the legs. They weren't cut. They were just attached, and it was one big long table. And we poured the bottom side, as you see underneath is also covered with epoxy, and then we flipped it over, poured what now is the top. And after it was all done, all we did was we cut a miter to turn our legs down so you'd have that 45 for the waterfall edge. So here is a couple wood grains we've messed with for the wall epoxy. I don't know if you can do this on a floor on a couch. You can basically put it anywhere if you do it right. No, that did not sound right, but you know what I mean. So basically any different types of wood graining effects. Vertical, you put it on a ceiling, it won't drip off.
Someone asked how you put a panel on the ceiling.
Yeah, a lot of times what I'll do to put some panels on is I'll actually use like a drywall lift or something, or I make like tees with 2x4s, and I'll make quite a few of them. And really try to support the panel. Try to keep the panel as rigid as possible, and don't pour extra epoxy, it'll just make it heavy. So, and that's one way, but I would prefer to trowel epoxy like this, because this is a knife grade epoxy that you can trowel on, almost like a plaster, and you can see how polished you can get this. And I sanded this from like 400 to 5,000, and you could go up to 7,000 or an ultra fine polishing paste. We have true metal in the wall. I mean, it's really beautiful, and just a couple layers. And this is much cheaper to do, but it's just very durable, very high end. I mean, this is the kind of thing you'd want in your $30 million mansion. All epoxies have the ability to capture UV particles, and if you don't have a UV blocker or a UV inhibitor, which those are two different things, it can definitely turn yellow. So we have the most color stable product there is, because we have really, and I've seen the tests, and we have amazing color clarity, but it doesn't mean it's impossible to actually yellow. And usually what I do is I wouldn't do clears in direct sunlight. And if you do have some yellowing in a pigmented epoxy, polish that floor, polish that area. And there's a few different products you can put on it, and we're even developing a UV wax, because a lot of times people want to have white floors and they want to have epoxy, because you can do really thick epoxies and do decorative things you could never do with cheap ass polyaspartics, and you get a better bond strength and everything too. So I would rather do that and polish it. Like the floor I'm walking on right now, this is like coming up on 3 years old, and this was all poured right over tile. This was a horrendous floor we were walking on right now before we did it. So what's that? Yeah, I would smooth out my wall, and you could go directly over it, but I'd probably prime the wall first and just get it all sealed up very flat, get everything ready. Oh, there's my other, the one we just did. You guys watched me and my little girl do this on Friday, right? Was this Friday? Yeah. So hope you guys liked it. Oops, one of the rocks fell off of it. I touched it, and we just won't do that again. So I hope you guys come and join a class, learn how to do flooring, one at floors and interior, exterior, water damage, hydrostatic vapor, movement, how to fix fractures. That's kind of one of my passions, and what I've spent years trying to educate myself more and more about, and I've become very experienced in, that I like to pass that stuff on to you guys so you can have successful jobs. I don't want to just teach somebody how to smear epoxy on a floor and how to buy it. I want to teach you how to be happy when you see the end results. So,
is there epoxy that I could use for a welding floor?
Welding floor, easy. This same exact stuff now. I've done a burnout on like a 700 horsepower truck on this epoxy floor. Not this exact one, but the exact same product on another shop floor, and it was just fine. So very durable when done correctly. So any other questions?
I just want to know how to and information on the class.
Yeah, please check the link in the bio for the classes. We have all of our classes listed out there, and we have more coming soon too. So we have some really good ones in Vero Beach, Florida, and North Carolina. Dang it. I always forget the town.
North Carolina is
something beach.
Isle
Beach. Mm-hmm. Something that's Isles Beach, I think, in Florida, in North Carolina, Vero Beach, Florida, or Grand Junction, Colorado. So,
Baleen Customs said, "Remember, you got this."
Dude, Baleen Customs, I love you, man. Have a badass day, everybody. Thank you so much for being patient, and happy Monday. If you haven't gone out of your way, if you're going home today, I challenge you, and I want to hear somebody say that they did it. Look for the car that stopped on, if you're a lady or somebody that's not super badass like me, don't stop for creepy people. But if you feel like it, stop for the person that's broke down. Help the lady load her groceries. Start doing little tiny stupid things. I know this is an epoxy channel, but do something for somebody else. Go out of your way. Then don't tell anybody about it unless maybe we share with each other to encourage each other, and see if your life doesn't change, and have an awesome day.